Hey guys, I want to address a question I get a lot. I mean, a lot, almost every video. If I do an antenna video on a specific, I'll build a specific antenna on the beach or whatever. There's usually a comment in there that says, well, why don't you take an A/B switch and build a second antenna and compare this antenna that you have here to a quarter wave vertical or a dipole or what have you. And I get that question all the time. First off, I got to be honest with you. When I go down to the beach, managing myself and one antenna can be a job sometimes. Getting down there, the time to build a second antenna is a task and a chore. Not that I would like to do it, but I have a better reason why I don't do it. I've always said that there is a lid for every pot. And I say that because I look at it this way. Antennas are different. Every antenna is different. Unless you put two identically perfect antennas side by side together, they're going to all act different, do different, be different. Even two identical antennas over the course of 15, 20 minutes, an hour, a day, whatever, they change. Things change. It's all about, the ionosphere, propagation, bands, what's going on. So it's really hard, even in the same setting at the same time, to put two different antennas up, A/B switch them, and me to get out and operate and compare those two antennas. It's almost impossible. I'll tell you, there's ways. I know some people are going, well, then why don't you use Whisper? And well, Whisper is weak signal propagation. It's kind of, you're looking at that, which I think is awesome. I enjoy when people put Whisper charts up. I look at them and see, that. But to me, I'm looking at it to see propagation, not the antenna itself. It's kind of hard to take that antenna that you're looking at with a low power, weak signal, almost digital. It is a digital signal, and then see how it's going to perform at 100 watts SSB, which is, what I do. I'm pretty much an analog guy. I just like to get out there and operate. And I'm going to be honest with you, most of my videos when I'm out like that are 10 to 15, 17-minute videos. It's not entertaining to watch, in my opinion, to see me out there doing the Whisper thing. I like to build the antenna to see how the antenna performs. And each one of those videos is about that antenna. It's the same way in my books. Each chapter of my book is about that one antenna, and I don't compare it to another. We may discuss it or whatever, but really it's all about how that one antenna performs. And for me, for being a YouTuber, and I'm trying to just experience every antenna I can, but for me to do that, it's like it's taken away if you try to compare two to me, because let's just take, for instance, two verticals. I can take, say, the 17.5 with a 4-to-1 underneath it, an antenna I use quite a bit, and the takeoff angle on that on one given frequency compared to, let's say, the quarter wave, it's going to be pretty close. But you start looking at that, let's say on the 10-meter band or something, you take a quarter wave for the 10-meter band, and you take the 17.5, two completely different antennas now, but they're both verticals. But look at it. Let's just say you've got the 17.5, and your takeoff angle is skipping you right into Los Angeles, California, from where I'm at in Virginia Beach. And it's like, wow, making great contacts into LA. But I cannot get to, St. Louis to save my life, or, for that matter, I could switch over to A and B, and I'm not getting to LA with the quarter wave vertical, but I'm banging into Denver. So that's all about the takeoff angle. And is it fair to compare those two? No, because they're just different antennas, and it's hard to do that. I get that a lot. I mean, sometimes it's almost it can be agitating, because sometimes it can be somewhat rude. Some of the comments like, that's nothing, you don't know what you're doing, you need to compare them. Like, look, yes, I do know. I'm just experiencing this one antenna. I really am. I think the best way to really compare an antenna is to do it in software modeling. And I do that. My first book, if you look, they're very minimal. I wanted that to be kind of minimal, but there was, I modeled every antenna. I sketched every antenna. I built every antenna. I experienced every antenna in both my books. And that one. In the second book, even more. In the second book, I really got into some deep antenna modeling. That, to me, is the way to really look at an antenna before you even use it. But even then, that's theoretical, and I'm not really a theory guy. Let's put some fire in the wire to see how it works. But I did that in the books, and I learned from doing that as well. And it gives you a better understanding of, antenna gain, the radiation patterns, understanding DBI, isotrophic antennas, and what that's all about. Really, it's all about antenna modeling if you want to compare antennas. And I think the best way to do that is to get into antenna modeling. I know a lot of people said, well, why don't you do some videos on your antenna modeling? Look, I'm a C plus B minus modeler at best. And I look, and another thing, there's someone who I have just great respect for, just did a series on antenna modeling, and that's Callum McCormick, DX Commander notoriety there. So I'm going to put a link to Callum's videos below. If you're interested in getting into antenna modeling, there's some free software out there. I use EasyNet. I think I got EasyNet Pro is one I've used. I have used the others. They are different, but all kind of the same principle. If you really want to learn and see how different antennas perform, get into modeling. It's really something that's you'll learn a lot from just doing that, checking out. That's the way you compare, because then you can do a radiation pattern graph. You can overlay the two of them and see how it works. And really understand how an antenna is. So to answer the question, the reason I don't A/B switch it and compare two antennas is because I don't think it's fair, because you're really not gaining anything. I know somebody, and here's another one that this one just kind of makes me cringe, is when I'll put up let's just say a 5/8 wave vertical antenna, and I go through all of it. I sit down, you see me build it, you see me, or at least you'll see it after I get it built. I'll sit down, I'll make some great DX contacts or whatever. And someone in a contact will say, I don't need that. I use an in-fed half wave, and I make 200 to 300 contacts every time I go out POTA. That's all I need. It's hard. Listen, good for you. Good for you. It's not a competition, just like I don't think it's a competition between antennas. For me, it's learning and understanding propagation. And like I said earlier, the radiation patterns and how they move and what's going on with that, takeoff angle, all that stuff. It's so different for every antenna and what you're trying to do. I mean, if you're a POTA person and you want to just throw up an in-fed half wave and sit down and just fill the log, that's wonderful. I love it. That's great. That's great. Because my proximity to an amazing location, being by salt water all the time, doing things. I'm a DXer. I love going out and see how far if I can make a long path contact. If I can, to me, the stretch for me is Australia. I do that a lot. I try to make it, because they're on the other side of the world. There are English speaking brothers for me, and it's wonderful to make those contacts. It's just, I love the culture down there and that. So comparing an antenna while I'm doing that is really, really hard. So understand that understanding antennas and learning about DBI decibels and gain and what's going on. I mean, in short, especially when you start modeling, you'll understand that there is no antenna that's going to increase the power of it. There's so much power there. It's just a set amount that you're putting into that wire. The key to it is minimizing loss, and then moving that RF and energy into a direction, even if that direction's all the way around you, but lowering the angle all the way around you so you can skip that signal to where you want it to go. You really learn that from modeling more so than comparing an A/B switch with two different antennas. It's just, to me, it makes no sense. And that's why I don't do it. I can understand why people would ask the question. I mean, but it really is just my opinion. It's defeating the purpose of really what you're trying to do. On top of that, as a YouTuber, I don't think people want to see me out there, whisper or whatever, or FT8 or whatever. It's just not entertaining. You know what I mean? The whole idea with what I do is build the antenna, see if it works, and then put people like you on the other end in the video talking to me and, and experiencing the culture of ham radio. So that's really what it's all about for me. Anyway, guys, I did this video. So one day, maybe the very next video I do on an antenna, I'll just link the person. I'll say, go watch this video. And so I'll have the answer to this question every time someone asks me, why don't I use a different? And some people are really nice about it. It's cool. But sometimes, man, people can just be you know how people are behind a keyboard in the comments. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, a couple things. You see this, my merch. This is my DX Shark t-shirt. Got a couple new ones, since maybe I haven't shown them in a video yet. This one is the Coastal Waves and Wires 5.9 in the Sunshine Seagull. As you see, the cool thing about these are really nice, they're custom colors. These nice, heavy shirts. They're available at coastalwaves.store. That's one of the new ones. I think this one's a little different than the other ones. The color is called Butter. This is the front. And if you're like me and really into old radios, it's got the Coastal Waves and Wires logo up on it, but it's also just an old, like a retro antique radio dial from back in the day. So that's a pretty cool t-shirt. Both of these are available. Coastalwaves.com. It supports the channel and helps me to go get more antenna equipment to play with and get it on video and have some fun with it. Anyway, guys, that's it. Just wanted to answer that question, and I want to get this video out so in the future when people ask me this questions, I'll say, I explain it all here and you can come and see it. That's how I feel about comparing antennas. Maybe one day I'll do it, but right now I just don't believe in it and don't want to do it. Hey, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for being there. Coming up on some milestones here with the channel. So if you if do nothing more than subscribe, thank you so very much. Till next time, I'm Salty Walt, K4OGO. Stay salty, my friends.